guys, and welcome back. It is Jafmasterflash. How are you all doing today? Wherever you are in the world, hope you are having a good one. So, a bit of normality this week, and we are back with the CleverBoy Racing Team. This is the qualifying lap of Le Castellet, France. This is race 10, I believe. As you can see, my best time so far was a 1:40.6. That was because the first part of Q3 was all wet. So I waited for the track to dry out and everybody to end up going out on the softs. I knew Bottas was going to be immensely fast around here, so I tried my very best. Problem is, my car, even though we are just under half of the way through of season 2, it's still not as streamlined as I'd like it. When it comes to the R&D charts for speed, the CleverBoy Racing Team is top of the tree. When it comes for chassis, aerodynamics and durability, we are 4th in the aero, 5th in the chassis, and 5th in the durability, so puts us 3rd behind Red Bull and Mercedes respectively. But yeah, absolutely tried my best. Locked up on the last turn 15, and that cost me a bit of time. It cost me quite a lot of time actually. This was my fastest lap, which was a 1:28.6. I did go again and I was half a tenth up, but by the time I got to the last corner, yet again I locked up, run wide, and that cost me all my half. It cost me about 7/10 actually, so I went actually slower. But nevertheless, been trying, like I said, this is what the story of my life seems to be at the moment with F1 2020. Trying my hardest to go faster, go longer, get quicker. It's getting there. It's slowly, but like everything, you can't just click your fingers and suddenly it changes overnight. You know, if you want to go faster, you have to put the work in and get as much practice and time as you can. And I think what I did, considering I never played a multiplayer since 2017, was get too happy and too complacent with just thrashing the AI week after week, and that left me kind of slow and sloppy. And it's not until you actually race human players and seeing their exploits and seeing how well they do out on track, you actually get faster. I was quite surprised with this though. Danny Rick in the old Renault, they must have had upgrades. He managed a P2. I thought it would have been Bottas first, me second, but it actually turned out to be Danny Rick. So starting from P3 on the grid, the AI are quite strange. If you were starting from P3 on the grid, it's just as good as starting as P1, because what will happen is P1 will move across to cover P2, which is the AI, and then you have a clean air then to go as far as you can. On the formation lap, just getting everything warmed up. It's so crucial to get heat into the tyres and get them all warmed up properly, and this is why I have the formation lap on. And yeah, it does work wonders, because the hotter the tyres are, the better they are. As you can see, I've on a brand new tyre set because of the rain at the start of Q3. It rained the end of Q1, all of Q2, and about 6 minutes of Q3, and it just dried up enough to go out. I was really impressed with my teammate as well, especially after Canada. Even though, like I said, the car is not as streamlined as I would like it to be, he, after a 10-place grid penalty as well, he did really well in this race. And yeah, we're getting there, and it shows we're getting there, because my teammate, he's getting faster as well, and more we progress. So the car's getting better and better, and I think by the end of season 2, beginning of season 3, I think we're going to be right up there. And I think fighting the Mercedes in qualifying they're going to come off second best. But then it's all about the upgrades and how we progress from there. I'm hoping just to keep on going. But yeah, I'm not too worried because the race is all clear. There is no rain forecast in the race, so after a wet quali, I'm hoping for a decent race. My first thing I have to do though is get off the start really well and take out Ricardo, and then see how close I can get a Bottas. Hamilton is by far the OPest driver or AI driver on the grid. He will just take off. Fortunately, Bottas, whilst it's not as good as Hamilton, he will also take off, and that can be a bit frustrating. Yes, they use their ERS, but it seems like it's unlimited, even though it isn't. They just seem to launch themselves at the corner. 5 lights are almost out, and here we go. I had a really good start. Second phase of it, just managed to... Riccardo tried to come across to cover me off, but I was already past him because I had such a good start. Bottas, he had a better start. Messed up turn 2, went too deep onto the apex, and because they are like a 2-stage apex in at the Paul Ricard, where they have the one stage which is quite low to the track, and then they have like a lip. Cost me a lot of time, and as you can see, Bottas, he's already 1.3 out in front, and that's just how quick they are. You know, at the time is just managed using ERS, nearly 25% of my ERS. You know, and then now I've stopped using it. He's just over the second, and he's creeping up. It's difficult. It really is difficult to keep up. But I know the Mercedes AI seems to be a lot slower when we switch to mediums, so I'm kind of hoping that even though I might not be able to catch him on the softs, I should be able to catch him on the medium tyres, because for a strange reason I seem to do better on the mediums than I do on the softs, and the Mercedes seems to do worse on the mediums than they do on the softs. So kind of weird, I know, but that's what happens. Turn 15 is a difficult one as well. It's a low speed corner, and it's trying to get enough momentum out of it. But we're on to lap 2, and I'm just needing. I was 9/10 behind him with that little extra turn into turn 1. I lost a few tenths there. Catch him through turns 3, 4, 5, 6, but then he just launches out of turn 6, and he's gone again. Turn 6, 7, he's gone. He out of that corner, out of the 2 corners alone, he gained 4 tenths, and I'm looking at the time thinking, how on earth am I going to catch him? It's only lap 2. I didn't want to use too much of my ARS because I knew I need to save as much as I possibly can for the medium stint, and I just didn't know how I could stick with him. As you can see, I'm already clear of Ricardo, already clear of Hamilton, and when you are out of the AI's DRS zone, they kind of drop off, which is strange because the AI, if you're out in front, the AI in P2 will stick with you the entire way unless they have an issue or their tyres go off quickly, and they will drop off as well. But the normality is that anything P3 or below just drops right off. But who's ever in P1 or P3 or whatever, they just stick with you throughout the entire way. Bottas just posted a 131.2, and as you can see, his softs are still very much working for him. I had track limits there, but that's the only one I got, and he's pulling more time out on me again. But then we pulling more time out on Ricardo, a similar distance. But through turn 6, which is coming now, and then turn 7, Bottas is gone. I mean, he's already... He was 1.6 in turn 3, but he's 2 seconds now in turn 7, by turn 7, or by turn 8, which is just crazy. But yeah, you'll have to see whether I catch him or not. You have to see what happens, so I hope you stick around. And I'm going to leave it with the rest of the vid. Guys, wherever you are, take care. Hope you're having a good one. And I'll catch you in the next vid.
Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilize some of this energy. We're approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. Bottas ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:31.7. We're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Okay, clear. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Lando is in the pits. Lando in the pits. Release. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap. Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. We need to push now. Use your overtake button for more power. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. We're leading our teammate by 3.6 seconds. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. This is your final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 9.3 seconds. Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Paul Ricard. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. Joker increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The owner-drivers team move to the top of the table. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.